roll call.
Chairperson Elkins.
Here.
Vice Chairperson Lane.
Here.
Commissioner Geringer.
Here.
Commissioner Smith.
Here.
Commissioner Massey.
Here.
All right, if you'd rise and join me for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we are on to the agenda. There are no additions to the agenda at this time that I'm aware of. All right, so we need a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions, comments? All right, roll call.
Lane.
Yes.
Geringer.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Elkins.
Yes. Okay, we are on to the approval of the minutes. We'll start with the minutes for November 7th, 2023. Need a
So moved.
motion?
Second.
Okay, any comments or questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Geringer.
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Elkins.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes.
Okay, now we're on to the minutes for November 21st, 2023.
So moved.
Thank you.
Support.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, seeing none, roll call.
Smith.
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Elkins.
Yes.
Lane.
Yes.
Geringer.
Yes.
Okay, all right, we are now down to public comment. I see no one in the public. All right. All right, second request. Third request. All right, we'll close public comment. And I did skip over, I'm sorry, meetings and hearings. We have a meeting scheduled for Roads and Bridges at 9 o'clock on December 19th. And then we have the board meeting on December 19th at 10 o'clock. Sorry about that. All right, now moving on. Item 8, we have any correspondence?
Yes, Mr. Chair, there is no incoming, outgoing, internal, or information correspondence at this time.
Okay, thank you. All right, going down to 9A1. Be handling that, sir.
That will be Mr. Patsy, Director of Engineering.
Good morning.
Morning.
Go ahead and proceed. So this is 2023, item A1 is the 2023 DS1 contract modification number 5, miscellaneous drainage structure repairs in Flushing, Mount Morris, Vienna, Mundy, Davison, Fenton, Atlas, Grand Blanc, Flint, Fenton, and Genesee Townships. The synopsis, the Genesee County Road Commission is currently engaged in contract activities for the 2023 DS1 contract. The scope of the project is to perform repairs to 41 individual basins, catch basins, and other miscellaneous items of work countywide. The contract modification represents an overall 15.8% increase to the original contract amount of $350,172.16. The majority of the increase is due to the addition of catch basin repairs in Genesee Township, Davison Township, and Flint Township. All local work associated with this contract has previously been approved at the township level. The GCRC is still under its budgeted amount for this work and has adequate funds identified in the fiscal year 2023-2024 Department 20. Due to the additional basin work as noted above, the construction contract will exceed 8%, which requires board approval. And the recommendation is that the Board of County Road Commissioners approves the contract modification number 5 for the 2023 DS1 project, authorize an increase to the contract in the amount of $27,400.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Geringer?
Are these connected to SADs?
No,
Are these primaries?
some are primaries, and some are locals, yeah. For the whole, are you referring to the whole contract in general?
Yes.
The whole contract is largely, it's largely local, and then there are some primaries in there that are there, yeah.
Right. Could I make a recommendation that from now on, when we receive some documentation such as this, that it delineates whether they're primaries or SADs so that we know, we don't have to ask these questions?
Okay, so you'd like a breakout of, are they primary, secondary, are they SADs?
Correct.
Okay. All right, you got that?
Thank you.
Okay, all right. Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Massey.
Mr. Chair, I have a question. What I don't quite understand is that we approved this, right? The work has not gotten started yet, right?
The work specific to this con mod, no.
The what?
The work specific to this contract modification here, no.
Yes. So what prompted modification if the work has not gotten started? I understand when work gets started, you find things that need to be, you know what I mean, taken care of at that time because of cost. But what happened in this incident, in this situation?
Well, the foreman and our maintenance department come to me with requests for repairs for things that are challenging, and we use this contract usually to take those projects that we have items set up for, and we apply them to this using our Department 20 funds, so.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, roll call?
Massey?
Yes.
Elkins?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Garinger?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
All right, item A2.
Item A2. Sorry. All right, give me a second, guys.
I got it. Item A2 is a request for purchase order for Richfield Road Storm Sewer Repair. A portion of the storm sewer on Richfield Road in the vicinity of 6203 Richfield Road has deteriorated and is in need of repair. Because of the storm sewer is deep in this location, the Genesee County Road Commission Maintenance Department has requested that an outside contractor provide construction services in an effort to perform the necessary repairs. 5 bids were solicited for bidding on the contracted portion of the project. Zito Construction Incorporated is the as-read low bidder. The bid results were as follows. The Genesee County Road Commission has adequate funding in Department 20 fiscal year 2023-2024 budget to fund the project. Zito Construction Incorporated has a approved equal employment opportunity plan on file with the Road Commission. It is the recommendation that the board approve the issuance of a purchase order to Zito Construction Incorporated in the amount of $14,380 for providing construction services in effort to perform the necessary repairs to the storm sewer on Richfield Road.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Do we have support?
Support.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Mr. Massey?
I have a question. My question is, how long does a storm sewer last based on, let me say, the movement of the ground, earth, whatever? So what is that estimated lifetime of one?
I would say by the book, we'd see generally can say storm sewer can last anywhere from 50 to 100 years, depending on a number of different factors. So,
So those factors being whether or not, the storm sewer is cleaned out on a regular basis, debris. I mean, there's a lot of factors associated to it that could deteriorate the life of that storm sewer. The drainage, anything.
Because some of those storm sewer, they are not stable as some of the others, right? Because of the other things that are going on in that general area.
Yeah, that could have an impact on it too.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Mr. Smith?
Yes, so it says here that it was really deep. So how deep would it be whereas we couldn't do the work and we have to contract it out? Has you got an idea what cost us to contract this out, that we couldn't do it?
Okay.
yeah, generally, you're looking things that can be upwards of 4 or 5 foot deep, 6 foot deep. You tend to get into slope stability, and you tend to get into kind of unique fixes where you have to get in and out and close things quickly. And the equipment that we have on hand may not be good enough, sufficient enough to put things in the ground, so.
Okay, Mr. Massey?
Made me think of something with the SID. I was thinking, I wasn't gonna ask this question until the SID. Well, Zito Company sort of specializes in this kind of work, right?
Yes, among other things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they have a pretty diverse tool bag, to say the least.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Garinger?
Well, I'm looking at these contracts, and looks to me like Kennedy Excavating, of course, came in as the highest bidder on the project. They're actually the closest to where this project is, I think. as far as their personal location, and yet they're asking for $6,110 for traffic control. Is that because they know something that other people don't?
And I don't know why they would do that. I have that bid that high for their dollar figure. It's largely probably where they figured they wanted to come in on their bid, so.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you-
Alex. I'm also looking at a couple of these other bids, and I'm a little concerned that if Zito runs over because of things happening, or we want to keep that to a minimum.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming that you talked to them in regards to.
Yes,
over
we
on
have
these projects.
lengthy conversations about what we feel the scope of the project is and what we expect, so.
Okay, thank you.
Massey?
He raised the question, I have a question. Is, when they say for traffic control, does that have anything to do with the law in Michigan? That, let me use this as an example. If there was an accident and you didn't have traffic control, you're more likely, you're gonna be sued, and you don't have a good case because you didn't have traffic control out there. Is that's one of the reasons you think they added this, what, the $6,000 for traffic control?
No, I looked at those bids. I think there was just a transcription error or something along those lines, because if you look at the other bidders, they're all in link with their traffic control. Traffic control is absolutely, any project going out, they have to have a traffic control set up, and you're looking at equipment and people.
Also, every project has to have traffic
And on
control.
this, yes. Yes,
And they happen to spell it out for whatever reason.
correct.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? All right, roll call?
Elkins?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Geringer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Massey?
Yes.
Okay, item A3.
Yes, Mr. Chair, in the absence of the Director of Fleet Maintenance Facility, requesting board approval for the 2021 GMC Sierra 2500 HD repair. On October 10, 2023, equipment number 680, a 2021 GMC Sierra 2500 HD pickup truck was involved in an accident resulting in $15,705.21 worth of damage to the vehicle. Typically, our policy requires no less than 3 bids for the expenditure greater than $15,000. In this case, that was not possible. The vehicle was not drivable, and GCRC was only able to have 2 of the 3 vendors contacted to visit the site and provide a preliminary estimate. Applegate Chevrolet was the lowest preliminary estimate, and the vehicle was towed to the vendor. To assess the damage in full, the truck was taken apart, and it was impractical at that point to transport it again to the second bidder, who provided another complete estimate. McCrissa has approved the fiscal loss claim in the amount of $15,705.21. The Genesee County Road Commission is responsible for paying Applegate Chevrolet and will be reimbursed less the deductible. Funds are available in Department 90, 2023, 2024 fiscal year claims paid under deductible amount. It is a recommendation that the Board of County Road Commissioners approve the issuance of a purchase order to Applegate Chevrolet for the repair of equipment number 680 in the amount of $15,705.21.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Support.
Thank you. Mr. Geringer?
How did this accident occur?
This accident occurred right outside of our facility at the main gate. One of our employees was pulling out of the gate, and another vehicle was coming down Oakley Street going east on Oakley, so towards Saginaw, and the accident occurred. Yeah.
So it's no-fault insurance, so the other vehicle that was struck not going to be covered by our insurance. Are we in any jeopardy when it comes to any other type of litigation?
That's the reason why we have the pool, and we're self-insured, so we let them handle that.
Okay.
Mr. Smith?
Was anybody hurt?
Our employees were taken to the clinic. but they have been released back to duty.
What is our deductible?
Our deductible on any road non-state trunk line, meaning if it wasn't an I or M route, right, it's $1,000 deductible. If the accident occurs on a state trunk line, because we have a state contract, it's $500 deductible.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, roll call?
Lane,
Yes.
Geringer,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
Elkins.
Yes. Okay, item A4.
Item A4, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan Quarterly Statement for the period ending June 2023 to August 2023 is complete. This data is used to calculate the required contribution for December 2023 through February 2024. Last quarter, the monthly payments due were $379,444 each. An analysis of this current settlement report has resulted in 3 payments of $437,590 each due to Blue Cross and Blue Shield for the next quarter. The recommendation is that the Board of County Road Commissioners approve the Blue Cross Blue Shield quarterly statement report for June 2023 to August 2023, and furthermore, ratify the actions of the managing director authorizing the payment of $437,590 made on December 1st, and authorize the wired transfer of funds to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan in the amount of $437,590 each prior to the first day of January and February 2024.
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments?
I have a question.
Okay, 1 second. Ms. Lane?
Were there anything, when I was looking at the report, I didn't see anything that jumped out at me to necessitate this kind of an increase in a monthly payment. What,
I did a comparison to our last quarterly report
Okay.
because of the, such a large increase. And for the last quarter, the actual expenditures were 7% higher than what we actually paid. So we're making up almost $89,000 short payment from the last quarter. And then I looked at the previous 12-month time period versus the 12-month time period being analyzed in this report, and that is also up a little over 7%. So it was just the actual expenditures for the last 12-month period plus the last quarter of this year were quite a bit higher.
Mr. Chair, as a follow-up, in your review, was there anything you saw that we need to look at as the employer to see if people need more training, or is it strictly healthcare and there's nothing that you saw that would indicate that we can do some controls?
Yeah, no, it's strictly healthcare costs and our employees' health conditions and their dependents. So there's really nothing that we can do to control these costs, other than I did notice that the stop loss for the previous 12-month time period was $740,000. So we do have some
Okay,
serious
all right.
conditions.
Thank you for following up on that large increase. I appreciate it.
Right, Mr. Massey, did you have a
Yeah,
question
that's my
still?
question.
Okay, all right. Mr. Geringer?
Well, I see that the manager director has already authorized the payment of this, and we're ratifying it at this point. Is there any way that we can get ahead of that so we can approve this before he
Yeah,
authorizes?
no, the reports have been not available for the previous meetings, you know, in the prior month. I just got this report last week. And even though I ask and ask and ask, I just, you know, I'm told they're not ready yet, not ready yet.
Follow up with you, Commissioner Geringer. I spoke with our rep, Angela Brown, yesterday on a couple other matters, and I will address this again with her.
Yeah, it puts you at somewhat of a disadvantage when you have to approve something and then come to us afterwards to ratify it.
Absolutely.
And putting the cart before the horse. And I don't like putting you in that position. It
Understood.
isn't good for you.
Yep. And if I can touch on, Commissioner Lane, your question, when you look at the health care for employees and spouses, we're consistently trying to introduce programs out there to assist with that too.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Anyone else? Okay, roll call?
Geringer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Massey?
Yes,
Elkins?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Okay, item A5 is basically, it's for your review at this time. It will be bringing it back to the board next meeting to actually vote on. So if you haven't had a chance to review it, read through it, and if you can't sleep, this is a good read. And then make any notes, comments that you have, and try to get them to Randy or myself before the next meeting, okay? All right, item A6.
Mr. Chair, if
Wait,
it's
can I read it
acceptable,
first?
I would,
Let me read it first.
No, she wants to go back to 5. I
Oh,
think.
I'm sorry, do you want to go back to 5?
no.
Okay, so item A6 is we have vouchers in the total of $4,119,179.30.
And I was going to say, I've looked through all that long list, and I move that the vouchers totaling $4,119,179.30 be paid as shown.
All right, thank you. We have a motion. Do we have
Second
support?
that.
Thank you. We have a support. Okay. Any questions or comments? All right, seeing none, roll call.
Massey?
yes.
Elkins?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes.
Geringer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
We're moving it to next meeting. Okay, so now, I gotta get through all these pages here. Okay, now we're to A7.
A7 is the classification and compensation wage study recommendation.
Okay.
So on November 21st, 2023, the Board of County Road Commissioners of Genesee County approved the classification and compensation study as presented by Mr. Mark Notley of the Municipal Consulting Services LLC. As part of the study, Mr. Notley recommended a method to move salary at will and exempt employees to the approved wage scale. The cost to increase the salaries of the non-union employees per Mr. Notley's recommendation will be $17,140.40. Funds are available in the Department 90 budget for the fiscal year 2024. And that line item is labeled, believe I labeled it bonus or salary increases or one-time payout or something of that nature. So the recommendation to the Board of County Road Commissioners is that you accept the recommendation of salary increases for salary at will and exempt employees included in the classification and wage study approved by the board on November 21st, 2023. And that we make the effective date of any salary increases effective the first full pay period after approval, which the date would be December 16th, 2023, effective date.
So moved.
Okay, we have a support.
Support.
Thank you. Any comments or questions?
So that effective date is December the what?
December 16th,
Okay.
2023.
All right, roll call.
Elkins?
I have a
sorry.
question.
I'm sorry, you didn't, I asked if you had a question, you didn't say anything.
Oh, I got so engrossed in
Okay,
the
great.
date, I'm sorry.
That's right, go ahead.
Okay, the question is about, on the second page attachment, is the negative result. Can you explain that?
Yes. So the $17,114.40 is actually going to be the net effect on our 2024 budget. So when you look at those negative numbers, the Director of Engineering, for example,
Yes.
I budgeted for the previous director at his rate, and then Eric was promoted, and we have a new engineering director in there lower on that scale. So his rate is lower. That's why you have a negative number there. So that's the net effect on that line item in the budget.
Okay,
And then the same goes for the deputy managing director.
yes,
I was budgeting for our previous deputy, and the current deputy is coming in lower on the scale. So that's why that number is negative as well.
okay, okay. Thank you.
All right, any other questions? All right, roll call.
Elkins?
Yes.
Lane?
Yes,
Geringer?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Massey?
Yes,
Okay. Consent?
There is no items for consent. Chair,
Managing Director's report?
I have nothing at this time.
Okay, Commissioner's report. Mr. Smith, you have anything?
No.
Okay,
Not.
thank you. Mr. Geringer?
No, thank you.
All right. Mr. Massey?
no,
Okay, Ms. Lane?
going to remind all the gentlemen here to get out their list and start doing their shopping and not wait till December 24th.
You are just bad. All right, there is a holiday potluck, December 13th, from 11:30 to 1:30. So if you want to attend, who's running this up, heading this up, Linda?
Me.
Okay, see Linda, and she'll tell you what to bring. Okay? All right, and with that said, we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you.
Sweet.